Completing supply or die without buying any cargo, mining or salvaging. How can you do this? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it in this video. If I open up my Moby class here and go to journal, you'll see here I already completed everything. It just took me about 3 hours, I believe, maybe a little bit less to complete everything. But there's a couple of things that you have to have in place to be able to do this. First up, you need a constellation. This one is rented. I didn't buy it. You can rent this one by heading to New Babbage, landing at the spaceport. And once you head over, you'll see there's a little shop at the spaceport where you can rent the constellation for 160,000. Super easy. I just rented it for 3 days, which is a little bit more, but for 1 day it's 160,000. Once you have this, you need to have your bounty hunting rep up. For example, here's my bounty hunting rep. You can see it's leveled all the way, but I think you just need veteran here to get the contracts. For my bounty hunting missions, I just did BHRTs. These cargo ships will spawn with corundum and copper, which you can take quite a bit of them, sometimes even 100 SEUs worth of each. So definitely super easy to farm once you have a constellation. I quickly want to show you how you can do this. I'm going to walk you through it by doing one mission, and then I'll show you how I deliver and farm everything and how you can do it as well. For our mission needs to be around the yellow asteroid belt here. I'm just going to accept this one, and then we'll head over and I'll show you exactly how we can farm this. Let's get into our constellation and quickly manage the power. We're in our constellation. When you fight the other ships, make sure you manage your power correctly here. It will constantly reset, so each time you QT, you will have to redo this. But usually I just turn off one cooler here. You'll see, just one in cooling, and the rest we can fill up. Just one missing in thrusters. This is not a problem, this is just our boost. The ship is so big, maneuverability is kinda not a thing for it, but we'll try our best. Now we're all set up, let's head over to our bounty hunting contract that we got here. We're at our target location here. Before we do anything, just make sure your power is correct. This cooler is off, your life support is off. Let's go see what we can find. For this contract, we have, I think, 2 freelancers and the Mercury Star Runner. So they all can have cargo that we can loot. Just don't know about our target yet. We'll definitely take a look at them. Our target is a Starfarer. So I think we want to kill the little ones first. Then we'll deal with the other one. Luckily, the freelancers is not that dangerous, but the Mercury Star Runner is pretty dangerous. So I'm going to try and edge my way forward. Wait, they already target locked me, so I'm going to have to kill these guys before they get too close. Okay, so the Mercury Star Runner got lock on me. Just going to try and kill it before the other guys arrive. Not really a big blind spot for the Mercury. Just make sure only one turret shoots you, and not both of them. You can see our shield is down. We're going to run a little bit. We're just going to push forward so that they can hit our back shield. Our shield will slowly but surely regenerate as we run, while they're hitting our back shield face. This will buy us some time. I'm also slightly just strafing to the left and forward. There we go. They should still follow us, but it's not a problem. I think I'm going to switch targets here, just because the freelancers are way easier to kill. So here's the freelancers. We're going to take them down first, just because they do extra damage, but they get down super easy, right? Just make sure you don't full def them instantly. Take your time with them. There we go. That one instantly died, unfortunately. Had a bunch of scrap on it. They're super easy to kill. But I'll see if the Mercury Star Runner, at least we can loot that thing. Unfortunately, we had a server error. We'll see if we can make it out of this. It just completely teleported the Mercury Star Runner away after the server error. We'll see if we can continue our little fight. The Mercury Star Runner surprisingly has a lot of damage with the 2 turrets. I'm very surprised with the ships. I think if you man this thing, it will be a pretty decent ship. But not a lot of people have friends, unfortunately. It's pretty maneuverable, so it can outturn me, I believe. There we go, we've got our Mercury Star Runner down. I just marked her with Alt 1, so that we don't lose the ship while fighting. Now we also have a freelancer here that we need to take care of. But unfortunately, my gun decided to reload. So we'll see if we can slowly but surely kill this. I killed the freelancer too quickly. It's just something that happens with the constellation. It's a little bit too good. Let me just get out of my seat and reset my gun here. Otherwise, we'll constantly be shooting and reloading. Here we go. Store this thing. And now let's see what's on the Mercury Star Runner. For cargo, we've got 20 ACUs of copper and 9 ACUs of corundum. The other things doesn't really matter right at the moment. We mainly want the corundum and the copper. Let me mark this thing again. Just unselect it by pressing Alt T, and then I'm just gonna press Alt number 2. You can see it has a little 2 on it. But if we lose vision of it, we will constantly see the number 2. Let's go see if we can mess up the Starfarer now. Hopefully it has more cargo than the Mercury Star Runner. It's a shame about the freelancers, but it happens sometimes. They're just too weak. You see the Star Lancer is heading our way. Just made my way back to the Mercury here so that we don't lose it. We'll fight the ship here so that we can loot them both together. Now this ship, you need to look out for the turret. It can be quite dangerous. So you want to see if you can sit in the blind spot or the belly at the very least. It can be quite difficult, but just try your best. Eventually you should get into a spot where you can just hit the top of the ship, even with your constellation. And there we go. Super easy once you find the blind spot. Let's take a look at this cargo. So for copper, we get 9 ACUs. And corundum, we get 66 ACUs. That's crazy. I think for the mission, you need 180 something to complete it. So nothing too crazy, right? Especially if you do the smaller missions. And you'll still get a decent amount of money. But let me loot all of this cargo then. And then we can go deliver. Just gonna park like this here at the fuel pods so that I can throw the cargo onto our constellation. Now I did bring a max lift just to make it a little bit easier. To open up the Starfarer, we just want to hit this button right here. Say open. And the ramp should come down. Just make it a little bit easier to loot. The best way to loot the Starfarer is to just take out these boxes. You'll see a lot of them, but just start working from the front. Otherwise, you don't have enough space to maneuver inside with the boxes. Unfortunately, this is what you have to do though. Usually I just push it off to the side here and then remove all the junk. And once we have some space, I can start taking out the boxes I really want. You can see here's our first box of copper, which I can just throw onto my constellation here. We want to make sure that we pack it very neatly, the boxes, all the way to the edge here. Otherwise, we won't have enough space for everything, right? Since we need to loot quite a bit of ships. Here's a small box of copper that we can take. And also a little box of corundum. There's more, but this is just the smaller boxes. Just want to secure them first. You can see here is a bigger box of corundum. Very big and very nice. Let me load it quickly. There we go, all loaded. Here is one more, also corundum. A lot of corundum on the ship. So not so much copper, but we'll get that in some other ships that we can loot. On the other side, there should also be a bunch of boxes. Titanium at the top, but corundum to the sides here. Here is our last box of corundum. So 66 ACUs of corundum, which is very nice for us. Usually you can get copper as well, but it's just random, right? This time around, we found a lot of corundum. We've got all our boxes stacked. Let's go take a look at the Mercury Star Runner. You can see that the Mercury Star Runner, it has 20 copper for us and only 9 corundum. So it varies. It's like basically just random. Let's see if we can load up everything quickly and then we'll make our way to Pyro Gateway so that we can unload everything. Usually I just park above the Mercury Star Runner. Makes it a lot easier to unload. Look at this box of titanium. Very valuable actually. But for now, we're not going to take this because we want to complete the mission, unfortunately. We need to save our space. Maybe we can take it afterwards if we have space left. I'm just going to put it to the side here. Still a decent amount of money, right? Here's our first big box of copper. Just need to make sure I can get it out. by removing the little boxes first. And here we go, we can finally remove our copper box. I had to get rid of all of the other boxes, otherwise it wouldn't get out. But we finally managed. Just throw this on here. This is 16 SEUs. And I believe there was 20 SEUs in total of copper. So we need a little bit more. Push it all the way to the back and snap it. And now we can look for the other ones. Here's random. Only one SEU though. Not too much. I'll just put it to the side here for now. Here's our 4 SEUs of copper. So in total, we've got 20 SEUs now. And then here is more random. One big box. So I think we will have space for the Quantanium if you want to take it. There we go. Everything is snapped. I think I'm going to take the Quantanium. There's Slam as well. But I'll just keep the Quantanium for now so that I can save it for later. I don't really care too much about the money. But we're already here, right? Might as well pick those things up since we're going to make our way to the station. Also Slam. But if we get scanned by NPCs, this might be a problem. I'm going to leave the Slam though. And here we go. You can see we've got a decent cargo hold of resources that we can turn in. A couple of ships like this and you'll be done with your mission for sure. One more view of the cargo here. Which is very nice. I also got the little boxes at the top here, which I managed to stack. Not as neat as it should be, but we got the space right. Let's go see if we can deliver this. To go to Pyro Gateway, I like to open up my map here. Zoom out all the way, right? And then before we go to Pyro Gateway, I don't want to jump from Crusader directly to Pyro Gateway. I'm first going to jump to the yellow core station here and then make my way to Pyro. Since if here's an interdiction ship, they might interdict us. That's basically what I do at the moment. But just remember, some people might watch this video now. So just plan your route accordingly, right? Think for yourself a little bit here and there, right? For example, if they see this video, they can set up a snare right here. So you might want to go to this station first and then go to Pyro so that you can off angle yourself a little bit here and there or even here and go to Pyro. So just switch things up here and there so you don't get caught. We managed to make it to the station here. Now we can route to Pyro Gateway to deliver the cargo. Here we go. We'll route it up. We're at Pyro Gateway here. I'm quickly gonna call and then we'll land or landed. I'm quickly gonna unload everything. Usually I just like to turn my ship sideways like this so that I can unload a little bit faster. So far it's been about an hour of gameplay loading, but I did get a server crash as well, which took quite a bit of time to fix itself. And I had to basically take down the shields of the Mercury Star Runner again. So that's the only thing that happened with the servers. But let me unload. All the cargo is loaded. You can see we've got a lot of it. Basically a whole elevator. It's not completely stacked, but pretty decent. Let me send it down. You can see I've managed to get a lot of cargo here. I even got like little small boxes since I already turned everything in. I'm going to save so that I can basically fulfill a mission where I get a lot of money. So if I go to offers here and priority, the missions that we want to take here is out of resources, small resupply. You'll see you need to turn in 13 SEUs of copper and corundum. Now it's going to take you about 3 hours to gather everything to complete the whole thing here. If you farm all of these ships, since you need about 3 loads just to complete everything. Currently, I want this 13 million just so that I can stock up on a little bit of money here and there. So I'm working my way to these resources. It's going to take a couple of trips for me, but that's basically how I'm doing it at the moment without having to sit in queues and just wait for the resources to respawn. Maybe you have bounty hunting leveled and you can do the same. But hope this video was helpful. If it was, please leave a like. And if you want to watch more videos like this, then you can watch these 2 videos right here. A big thank you to my YouTube member supporters. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video.